Hello and welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And today we're going to be talking about some multi-chrome liners. I honestly haven't been this excited about a product since I don't even remember. So the liners are by Sugar Drizzle and they did send them to me in PR, so thank you so much because I was going to buy them anyway. I was so excited when I saw them. They originally just had them swatched on like a black piece of paper and I was like, this is exactly what I've been missing when it comes to multi-chromes. You know, we've got liquid multi-chromes, we've got liquid multi-chrome aligners, we have jelly multi-chromes, gel multi-chromes, everything else you can think of, but nothing like in this kind of application. And I'll show you some close-ups of these. The packaging is definitely not anything like fancy or anything. I do want to mention that Sugar Drizzle did say that these are handmade, not directly by them, but their supplier does hand make them, which makes sense to me because if they wanted their logo actually printed on this plastic component, they would have to order a lot of these in order for that to be even worth the extra cost of printing the logo on it. And so these are made in smaller quantities, which makes sense for smaller indie brand. They don't know, if these are going to sell, if people are going to like them, if they're going to hate them. So I've already had a few days to play around with these, test them out. I definitely have quite a bit of thoughts, kind of pros and cons, if you will. And so I'm going to show you a couple of different placements on the eyes on like how I've tried them and what I think. And then I will also be actually creating this look with two of the liners. So let's just quickly talk about them. The moment I saw them, I felt like they're definitely transparent. They have like a colorful base to them, and some of them almost have like maybe like a slightly brownish grayish base, so they kind of remind me of the like gray base multi-chromes from Terra, Galaxy Dust Shifters from Divina, and then the deep iridescent multi-chromes from Cliona in terms of like the way that they apply. So these, if you put these on over your skin tone on the eye, you're going to see them, but really just during movement. So they're going to be pretty like translucent because they are not like fully opaque like a black base multi-chrome. And I think that would be something really interesting to see next is these, but black based multi-chromes. I think then you would be really able to see the shifts. And so of course the main concern here is if you will be able to see the shift in the waterline, and that is the first thing I thought of. Was I think that space is too small and also not really like curved in a sense like it's coming out this way. It's curved in sense of this way, and with multi-chromes you really need that bend to be able to see the shift. So I kind of was skeptical, but I was like, let me try this out. I think it'll be fun anyway, and it definitely is super fun. Now these are eye safe, but Sugar Drizzle themselves have not tried it in the waterline. I felt personally comfortable putting them in my waterline. I do have a known sensitivity to carmine, but that's pretty much it. I'm pretty good. I mean, the amount of makeup and putting it on and taking it off and the different kinds of formulas I've tried, my eyes are pretty good except when it comes to carmine. So I felt pretty comfortable myself trying to put them in there because that's how I really want to use them. I personally did not experience any sort of irritation with these in my waterline. I did wear them all day multiple times and they have really great wear time. Do I think 12 hours? Probably not. I would say definitely around the like 6 to 8 hour kind of mark. If you have very sensitive eyes or very sensitive skin, I would definitely use these with caution. I would probably not put them in the waterline. So without giving too much away, let's get into the swatches, the just demo, and then the look. So here's what the component looks like. So you can see it's just like a black retractable liner component, and it has like a sticker over the base of it with Sugar Drizzle on it, and then the name of the liner is down below in a circular sticker on top of that. And then you just take this off, and then it's just like a retractable like here. And this is really small, so you got to be definitely careful. You got to only take out as much as you need because these will break easily. So here they are by themselves with no black base. So I'm going to play with two of the liner shades, and we're going to layer it over black on one eye, and the other one's not going to be layered. And I'm just going to kind of show you. I've been playing around with them for a couple of days, and so I feel like I have a couple of just thoughts already, and I wanted to kind of show you, how these apply. I'm priming with my KVD Shake Primer. I haven't been really using it, so I've been kind of trying to maybe use it a little bit, but we're not going to be putting on eyeshadow yet. But I'm just going to put this on. So in this eye, I'm going to create just a eyeliner wing, and we're going to make it relatively thick so you can really see the multi-chrome liner over it. So let me just do this. So while that's drying on the other eye, I'm going to go in with just a couple of eyeshadows, kind of putting them in the crease. I don't know why I decided to go in with pastels. Probably not the best idea. Over this eyeshadow primer, let me grab another palette. So I'm putting Remedy from the Blend Bunny Blends palette right in the crease. And I just wanted to show you basically how these layer over eyeshadow, because I've definitely had a bit of trouble with doing that. So on this side, I'm going to go in with Moonbeam, and I'm just going to show you how it applies like right on the skin basically. It looks really beautiful and really shiny. So you could also do something like this with these if you wanted like simpler looks, if you don't want to put like eyeshadow all over the lid. If you just wanted like a little extra something, because these are really bright. So I do like that a lot because then they kind of brighten up the eye. So here is Moonbeam, and it's really, really beautiful. The thing is, let's see, maybe this one will work, but I was trying to layer one of the liners over the matte eyeshadow. Oh, a little bit came off. You have to be super gentle with these because they are really, really skinny. And this one, I think the tip broke on me because, so I'm just kind of layering that over it. So actually it works well. It's working well. I'm just gonna kind of connect it, making it into like a graphic liner. So that looks pretty, but you know, you can only get so much of a sharp line here if you wanted to do that, but I was using a different shade and it wasn't quite wanting to come off on the matte eyeshadow. It's really weird. I think it was either Flame. I think it was Flame. So I think the side is dry, so I'm gonna go in with Tickle, and I'm just gonna apply it over the liner. I had to cover the window from this side because it was completely blowing everything out. You want to make sure the liner that you're using completely dries down, otherwise this is going to drag over it a bit much and kind of move the liner around. So you want to make sure you don't put too much black eyeliner on, and you don't want an eyeliner that's sticky either, because like I said, it will just kind of tug at it. Can you achieve this with an eyeshadow? Yes. But I do feel like it's just a little bit easier with this, especially because if I was to do something like this, I would probably want to put down some sort of a tacky primer as well for the eyeshadow, depending on the formula, but for the most part, I would really want to make sure it would last. So now I'm going to layer it in my waterline, and so I'm putting this black eyeliner in my waterline, and the thing is, it doesn't really dry down in there. So I'm gonna let it set for a little bit, but you're gonna see it's gonna start mixing with it because it's just not like completely dried down. And then, so I'm gonna go into this waterline with Moonbeam, and I'm gonna just put it right in there. And so that's what that looks like. Just gonna show you. So yeah, it's gonna be, especially this shade in particular, it doesn't really have like a really strong shift in it, and it's translucent. It reminds me of the Galaxy Dust Shifters from Davina, where it's got a little bit, like it's got color to it, but it's got a very like translucent base, which you could obviously see. Like it's got pigment. So now going in with Tickle, I'm just gonna layer it over. It actually worked a lot better than last time. I think waiting for it to set was the key here. So that's what it looks like there. And I think this would be really fun when you're using like black based multichromes. You can do this and make it like even smokier or something, or you can just use it without the black base. Personally, I prefer all of these in the waterline without the black eyeliner. You could also layer them over others, but they're just really bright, and there's something about putting like more metallic liners in the waterline that just kind of like really makes the eyes pop. The moment I put them in my lower waterline, it just looks so bright and really fun, and I really like them for that. So I don't really care that you can't see the shift, because obviously I feel like that's something everyone was expecting, and there's no way I'm putting a powder eyeshadow in there. Right, lighting is probably a bit different. So I want to do a look to kind of pair with these two earrings I got from my friend Katie. So thank you so much to Katie. These are from Undoubtedly Mad. I will link the Etsy shop down in the description box. But so I'm going to be going for the contrast between the aqua and the red. So I'm priming with the Natasha Denona primer. I'm going in with Mochi from Sugar Pill. I'm just going to be putting that right into the crease. All over the crease. This is such a beautiful color. And then I'm going to be using this liner from ColourPop that I keep forgetting I got these. This is in Try Me. And I thought this would be perfect to just use to draw a wing. And while that dries, I'm taking Flame and I'm going to actually put it right under my lower lash line. It's so pretty. And I'm going to put it in my waterline as well. And then going in with Soul for the inner corner. Just gonna brighten it up on there. So going back in with Flame and layering that over the red liner. Definitely helps to bring out that red. I think if this red was even darker, it would be even better. So here's the final look. Let's just jump right on into my thoughts on these. Overall, I personally really enjoy them. I think they're super, super fun. And these were sent to me, but I would repurchase probably not all the shades, but a lot of the shades once I run out because I know I will go through these. So let me get into some of the cons first and I will end on a good note. So some of the cons are you can't really see the shift in your waterline, especially if you don't layer it over a black eyeliner because the space is just too small and you don't have that much of a curve. So you can see it, but because they're kind of like a little bit translucent, it's just a little bit harder and they look just really like a beautiful shiny something in your waterline, which I really enjoy because I do love my metallic liners that I have and I think they're super fun and they just add a little bit of extra like oomph into a look, especially if you're doing it on the lid. They do layer well over a black eyeliner, however, like if you're using them on the lid. However, you got to make sure that the eyeliner is not sticky. You want to make sure you're using these on top of a really, really matte set black eyeliner. Otherwise, it will kind of just like mix with it and it will just not be the great. It will be like a little bit harder to apply, basically is what I'm trying to say. Just like any multi-chromes from all the other brands that are in shadow form, there are some shades in here that have a little bit of a less obvious shift, and that is just because of the nature of the two shades that are shifting. I have explained this in previous videos. I have a ton of like multi-chrome Monday videos up on my channel, and so some of the shades that kind of shift from green to blue, because those shades are so close together on the color wheel, they're really similar. The shift just feels a little bit more natural and feels a little bit less like contrasting compared to like a red to a bright green or a red to a gold. So there is that aspect of it. And then you can of course layer these over eyeshadow. Now I have had like mixed experiences depending on the shade on how they layer over eyeshadow, but then with Moonbeam I didn't have an issue putting it on top. So that's something to keep in mind. Now let's talk about the pros. The pro for me, while I can't really see the shift, they look really fun in the waterline. They give you just a little bit of a brightening up look, especially some of the other shades that are a little bit more like a blue or a green. That paired with some like multi-chrome on the lid, you're all set. Like it's going to just give you an extra little bit of oomph, just really bring some more kind of shine into the eye area, and I really enjoy that. And for that reason is why I would repurchase some of these shades, because I really enjoy that about my other metallic eyeliners. And you can of course buy these if you don't want to put them in your waterline. You can also buy these to put over a gel liner. Now, can you get that accomplished with an eyeshadow? Yes, you can truly really just use an eyeshadow if you wanted to, but some people might not want to fuss with that. This is definitely easier than having to like put down a liner, put down a glitter glue, put on the eyeshadow that will end up probably falling all over your face. Like there's something really foolproof about these that you can easily just layer without having to worry about fallout, about anything. They have really great longevity on the lid as well. So it really really depends on your kind of preference. And if you already have a lot of multichromes, then definitely there is no sense in needing these. Now, I personally don't feel comfortable about putting an eyeshadow in my waterline layered over anything, especially because I am a contact lens wearer. So I just feel like that would be so messy, and I don't really want to deal with that, and I don't want to have to deal with having throughout the day possibly risking having some powder on my eye. So that's just not really something for me. But if that's something that you've done and it works for you, then these probably are not going to be something you want to buy. So overall, I really enjoy these. I think they're super fun. I can't wait to see possibly more shades come out. It'll be really fun. I would love to see black base versions of these. And the packaging, you know, it's not anything special, nothing fancy, but you don't really need to. It's an eyeliner, and I think the price is pretty good because compared to like a lot of the other eyeliners I have, let's say like compared to ColourPop eyeliners are really cheap. They're about like $6, and then you can get them on sale sometimes for even less. So I would say that these, because they're a little bit of a special oomph, a little bit of that sparkle, I do feel like that the price is really just not bad. They are really small. They're definitely smaller than I was expecting, but I do feel like if you're using them just in the waterline, like if that's the only reason you're getting them, then I think it's going to take you obviously a while to get through them. If you're using them on the lid, you're obviously using a little bit more, so you might run through them a little bit faster. And so I think those are pretty much my thoughts. If you're interested in seeing what each shade looks like on the lid over black eyeliner, I am doing swatches for Sugar Drizzle, so you should be seeing those showing up soon on your timeline if you follow Sugar Drizzle or if you follow me. And I would love to hear your thoughts on these liners down in the description box. Are you interested in these? Have you already picked these up? I would love to hear from you. And so that's everything for this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content up already on my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.